Hey guys, welcome to the gym. Today we're going to do a video on just some basic moves on the speed bag right here. I've got my trusty assistant, Derica. She is my intern. She is doing her internship through UCO. Roll chose. This particular speed bag here, this is an adjustable one. You can raise or lower by loosening these knobs, turning this crank. You want to get the speed bag at approximately eye level. If it's a little too high, that's better than a little too low. A little too high just means your arms have to be a little bit higher, which means you're gonna have really nice looking shoulders. So nothing wrong with that, right? The speed bag can be really intimidating for people. No one's good at it on their first try. It takes practice, it takes rhythm, it takes doing it over and over again. Don't be intimidated by the speed bag. You're only going to get better if you take that first step and give it a try and then start practicing. Another important thing that you might want to consider if you have a speed bag at home is having something weighted on top. That will help take the bounce away from the platform. As you're hitting that speed bag, the speed bag itself is going to hit the platform. If it's also bouncing, it's going to mess up your rhythm and you're going to have a really hard time. Plus, it's going to put unnecessary wear and tear on your equipment. So consider that. If you are going to buy a speed bag, something that you're going to have to consider as well is how you're going to mount that speed bag. We're fortunate here that we have some I-beams that we have this attached to. If you're going to put a speed bag in your garage or your spare room or whatever, you're going to want to mount some 2x4s to the wall and then mount your speed bag to those 2x4s. That way it's nice and secure, it's not going to tear up your wall, and it's going to be super stable. All right, let's begin. First thing we're going to talk about on the speed bag is how our feet go. My feet are parallel, they're just right under my hips. My weight is evenly planted. We're going to start with that. Your arms are up high. So I've got my elbows high. I'm going to be striking with this part of my fist. I'm going to strike the center of the ball. So think of the most round part is where I'm going to aim for. My motion is to go straight out and then down, not dropping my hands below my collarbone. When you strike the ball, you want to give it a little oomph so that it bounces off the platform. A lot of people want to start here. That's fine. You're trying to get used to it. However, if you don't have that reaction from the speed bag, you're not ever going to learn how to do it right. So your best bet is to just put a little mustard behind it in the beginning, figure it out from there. Some people will do better if they start with one hand only, do several on one hand, then switch hands. Some people do better immediately going into alternating hands. I'm going to leave it up to you to decide which works best for you because it doesn't really matter. My assistant, Derica, is going to get in position and she's going to put her arms up and she's going to show you what it's like to learn how to do the speed bag. Are you ready, Derica?
Yes.
Okay. So once again, feet are parallel, weight is evenly planted, arms are up high, and go when you're ready. Very good. Break. So I'm going to add a detail that will help you be better at this. So your hands were up, that was great. Your feet were right underneath your hips, evenly planted. if you bring your arms up to the level of where you should start your initial strike. So I want to make my hand go straight out and then come around versus coming up top and trying to come down. So you're really just doing a motion where you're just going straight out and in. Boom, 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 boom. Sharp punches. All right, so give that a try. See if that makes any difference for you. Really think about going straight out, straight in a straight line. There you go, yes. So you're going to make your hand go straight, strike, and then down. So not this, but out. Yeah, so you want your hands this high because it's the center. So you're going to go out and down. Good. Yes, better. Yes, good. Very good. Great. The speed bag is based on timing and rhythm. The ball tells you when to hit it, so you have to get the timing down. You have to get that rhythm down. You don't get to decide when to hit the ball. The ball tells you when to hit it. One good way to get good at the rhythm is to listen to it hitting the platform. If you were listening to the beat while Derica was hitting the speed bag, she would hit the bag. It would go boom, 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 boom. Then she hit again. Boom, 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 boom. Hit, boom, boom, boom. Hit, boom, boom, boom. Hit. There was a rhythm, whether she knew it, whether you knew it or not. I knew it because I knew what to look for. So use that platform to help you find that rhythm. I'm going to let it hit the bat or hit the platform a certain amount of times every time, and I'm not going to let that number change. That's how I keep my rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now, if I want to go a little faster, I'm going to try to only let it hit 3 times. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So that's kind of can help you with the rhythm. Another good idea, if you're at home or you've got your headphones at the gym, pick your favorite song to listen to. Find the beat, find the rhythm, okay? And you're going to move your hands to the rhythm no matter what happens with this. If you mess up, if you keep your hands with the rhythm, it will pick itself back up, okay? So if you mess up, instead of, stopping and going, oh, darn, hold on, just keep that rhythm. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Maybe you have to count out loud. I don't know. Whatever helps you find the beat, finding that rhythm. Okay, so Derica's going to try it. She's going to pay attention to the sound. She's going to pay attention to the rhythm now. Her hands are up really high. She's going to go straight out to the belly of the ball and then back down. Did you hear the rhythm?
I did.
Did it help you?
I counted with it.
A couple of times, if you noticed, she might have maybe fallen a little short. Maybe it wasn't a perfect hit on that ball, but she kept the rhythm so she didn't lose what she was doing. You did really good with this hand. Let's see how you can do with the left hand, okay? All right, go ahead. Good. Peter Barrow. Straighten it out a little bit more. Like go straight out. You're striking up tall.
Mm-hmm.
Just like that straight out. Straight out. Straight out. And break. Good. So she's got the basics down with her right hand. She got the basics down with her left hand. Now it's time to start thinking about what are all the fun things we can do now with our hands on this speed bag. What I like to do to kind of help people learn how to get into that alternating hand type mode is you're going to do a certain number on one hand, a certain number on the other hand. Sometimes 10 is a great number to start with, sometimes 20, sometimes 5. It just depends on you, the individual. How well do you feel about, okay, I'm ready to go ahead and change hands now, go. So you pick the number. I'm going to pick 10 today, and then we're going to work our way down. So I'm going to have Derica start with her right hand. She's going to do 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2. So on and so forth. Being able to switch those hands without missing the beat might take more practice for you than somebody else. You'll find out. All right, Derica, 10 on the right hand, then 10 on the left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Right. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. This time let's go down to 8 on the right hand. 8 on the right, 8 on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. Let's try 6 on each hand now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 left hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 right hand. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, left hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Now let's try 4. 4 on the right, 4 on the left. 1, 2, 3, 4, left hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, right hand, 1, 2, 3, 4, left hand, 1, 2, 3, 4. Now let's do 2 on each side. 2 right, 2 left. 1, 2, left hand, 1, 2, right hand, 1, 2, left hand, 1, 2, right hand, 1, 2, left hand, 1, 2, right hand, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. Good. Now you're ready to go 1 on each hand. So it's okay to kind of start out when you're going to alternate hands. If you don't feel like you're ready for it, it's okay to kind of just take it easy, but keeping a good rhythm. The rhythm is going to be what helps you. So I can still go slow and be rhythmic. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2. And then as you get better and better, you can speed up the tempo. So just take your time with it. Start out slow. Ready? Go. Very good. So much better. So you can see where the rhythm is important. It's really, really easy to want to anticipate and to want to hit it. And maybe you just took off just a hair too slowly and you just might miss it. But if you just keep the rhythm, no matter what, it will come back to you. If you were paying attention, if you knew what to look for, you might have seen Derica do that. It's okay. That's how you get better. This particular speed bag, as you saw, maybe she didn't hit it straight on, which is going to be a good detail to know. So I'm right here, eye level, I'm at my nose, so I'm here. When I switch hands, I'm still here. If I slightly am out too wide or across my body at all, now I'm going to hit it at an angle, which if I'm not trying to hit it at an angle, that can cause that. See how here it's going front to back. If I hit it at an angle, it's going to go side to side. Sometimes you'll see it kind of doing a little wonky, spin thing, and you're going, what do I do? Once again, just to kind of recap on these fundamentals. If you put your fists as high as where you're aiming, you're going to do better. If my fists start down here, but I want to hit up here, now I have to bring my hand up and then hit the ball. Bringing it up, then hit the ball. So I'm just creating more work. Why don't I just bring my hands where they're supposed to go? Now it's easy for me to just go out. Okay? Yeah, sure. My shoulders might get a little tired. Well, that's how you get strong shoulders. Okay, the next detail is we're going to kind of talk about what else we can do with our feet while we're on the speed bag. Remember, these are just basic fundamentals. There's 1,000 things that you can do with your feet while you're on the speed bag. what I like to teach people first is how to shift their weight. So if you look at my feet here, they're parallel, my weight's evenly planted. If I'm going to start with my right hand, I'm going to shift my weight to the right side. So as you can see, it's a very obvious weight shift. There's no question. I can pick my heel up, I can balance on one leg. That's how I know I have my weight on my right side. I'm also going to put my head on the right side. Think about listening to your shoulder if that helps. So I'm going to do as many as I want here. Okay? When I'm ready to switch to my left side, my left hand, my weight shifts to my left side and my head shifts to my left side. Now I'm ready for my left hand. Now, it takes practice to make it look nice and fluid and beautiful and graceful. As you noticed, I'm here. When I shift my weight, I'm hitting the bag and I'm finishing my movement while I'm on my left side. Okay, that's how you kind of keep that nice and fluid motion. You don't have to go boom and then go here. It doesn't have to be choppy or jerky or anything like that. You can just make it nice and fluid. So here. It's going to take practice for you to get that fluid. Derica's going to give it a shot. So her weight is evenly planted first. Are you going to start with your right hand or your left hand?
Right.
Okay, so she's going to shift her weight to the right side in her head, and she's going to hit the bag with her right hand as many times as she wants. When she's ready to hit with her left hand, she'll start shifting her weight, hitting with her left hand, making sure her head is now on the left side. Good. Very nice. So she spent some time figuring it out, figuring out the movements, making them match. Now we're going to put a number on how many she does on each hand. I like to do maybe 4 or 5. We'll go with 4 today. So I'm on my right side. She's going to go 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So what that's going to do, now that she's going to speed it up, she's going to get better at it. She's going to do 4. Next thing you know, we're going to do 2, then 1, so you can mix that up however you want. By learning those movements, finding that rhythm, picking a number value, doing the same amount on each hand, then switching, you're now getting prepared for the next step, which we'll get to after Derica learns how to do it. So let's do the 4, okay? So 4 on the right, 4 on the left. Keeping the rhythm. And I can count 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. Switch. 1. Switch. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and break. So something that you'll also want to pay attention to, and we watched Derica do it, she hit the bag and it starts spinning. That's going to happen as you're shifting weight if you're still not aiming in the same spot. So if you think about boxing, if I'm throwing punches at someone, I can move my head over here and still be able to aim at their face. Same thing here. If I move my weight here, I'm still gonna, so I started here, I'm still gonna hit here. Whenever I shift my weight, I'm still hitting here. I'm not hitting another side of the bag. That's what's gonna keep that ball going forward and back, which is what you want. So see if that helps you any. We'll do the 4 again, yeah. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, and break. Good job. So you can see where that rhythm was really important. She might have missed it one time, but when she came back around rhythmically, it was there for her, okay? That's how you fix that. Don't stop it. Don't hold it. I didn't want to. Say all the cuss words you need to, but don't stop it. Try to teach yourself to be rhythmic. Could you tell a difference when you aimed a little bit more where, you know, your start position was? That'll help kind of keep some of that spinning going around. This particular hardware, it's very square. It looks like a bicycle chain link. This ball is going to stay there without any issues. However, the piece above it, it has a pivoting or a twisting, spinning capability. That's where you're going to kind of get into trouble if you're not hitting in the same spot every time. Some gyms will have a piece of hardware that is like a shackle in the shape of a U. This little piece here can move on that shackle, so it's even more of a challenge. So it's a great option to do it once you're ready for an advanced bag or you want to try to, you know, do something different with it. I like to pick hardware like this, especially if you're a beginner and you're learning, because you're going to have that many less obstacles to try to get through to be good at it. The next thing we're going to talk about is we're going to talk about really making that transition, that weight shift, a little bit more fluid. We're going to go in 3s this time. So I'm on my right side. I'm going to 1, 2, 3. On my 4th hit, or my number 1 for the next hand, I'm still on my right side, but I'm going to hit with my left hand. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So I'm transitioning while I'm punching, and it's nice and fluid. Are you ready to try that, Derica?
That was really good.
So it's right hand, 1, 2, 3. Left hand is 1, and you start the shift. Ready? 1, 2, 3. Left hand. 1, 2, 3. Right hand. 1, 2, 3. Break this for a second. So you're going to hit 1 when you switch hands. So 1, 2, 3. I'm on my right side. 1, then the switch. 1, 2, 3. So you're going to hit on the wrong side with the wrong hand for 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So you won't start transitioning until you're at punch number 2, and then 3 is where you end up where you want to be. Then you go from the top again, right hand. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. So when you switch to your left hand, 1 is over here, 2 is in the middle, 3 is at the end. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, I made it look easy, didn't I?
You did.
Yes. 2, 3. So that's 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1. 2, 3. Great. Good job. Did it feel fluid? Did you feel like you felt fancy for a second?
For a second, what a great word.
So once you really get that rhythm down, you're able to make it look nice and smooth. You're gonna feel like, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing. I'm ready to do some boxing now. You're gonna look like what you see on TV. You know, the boxers making it look nice and pretty, like it's a dance. Well, dancing's based on rhythm and timing. So is boxing. So you're basically dancing. Another reason why that rhythm, keeping your hands rhythmic, even if you miss the ball, is how you're going to make sure you're staying on track. So if you miss the ball, that's still the 1 or whatever count you're on. So if I'm here, 1, 2, 3, let's say I miss. Who cares? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. It's hard to miss on purpose sometimes, but so even if you miss the ball, keep the rhythm, keep the same count. Don't start, if you miss it on number 1, don't do another one and that's 1. You just move on to number 2 and then 3 and then 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. So if you're just punching the air, oh well, you've got the rhythm down. The ball will come back to you. The ball has the rhythm. You don't. Just kidding. The next kind of fundamental lesson that I like to help new speed bag learners understand is patterns. So you don't have to worry so much about the weight shift at this point, okay? You can put it there at any time if you want. You'll kind of figure out on your own once you get this pattern and this rhythm down what you want to do with your weight. But for right now, we're not going to worry about it, okay? You're going to keep your feet evenly planted. And we're going to go in 4s. I'm going to go 4 on my right hand, 4 singles, 4 on my left hand, 4 singles, okay? So like I said, we don't have to worry about the weight shift. If I want to start with my weight shift, that's fine. You do it when you're ready, okay? But for right now, I won't. So right hand goes first. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Single, 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 single. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single, 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 single. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single, 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 single. 1, 2, 3, 4. So we'll start with that. 2, 3, 4. Single, 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 single. 1, 2, 3, 4. Right, left, right, left, right. 2, 3, 4. Left, right. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single, 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 single. Just keep your weight center. Don't even worry about that. Just supposed to be dead on, just dead center. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single, 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 single. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single, 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 single.
It's hard.
Okay, just really make sure, like, that you're hitting. Like, if you have to, you can make your hands like go like this. You know what I mean? That way you're not here hitting in 2 different spots.
Okay.
Okay. And 1. Are we start at right hand or?
Oh shoot! I forgot the pattern. Yes.
Okay. So now, 4 on the right hand, 4 singles. 4 on the left hand, 4 singles. Ready? Go. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single, 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 single. 1, single, 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 single. 1, 2, 3, 4. 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 Good. Break. So then the next part, you've mastered it. You can do it with your eyes closed. Wonderful, fantastic. Now we'll make them twos. So 2 on the right, single, single. 2 on the left, single, single. So 2, single, single, 1, 2, single, single, 1, 2, single, single, 1, 2, single, single. If you're having a hard time not hitting in the same spot, if your hands are here, obviously you're going to be hitting the ball in 2 different places. If I bring my hands kind of behind each other, now I can hit in the same spot and just kind of do like this type of motion that you think is the right way to do it when you see it on TV because they look like this. But I'm just going hand over hand over hand over hand. Now I'm hitting straight in the center. Let's try the 2. You can go slow. You don't have to go 1,000 miles an hour. 1, 2, single, single, left. 1, 2, single, single. 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 1. Right there. Did good with the 2s.
Well, I did your
Oh,
motion
good.
thing.
Oh, wonderful. So you can kind of see the 2s is just a faster pace. So it's important to be able to get to that part, but take your time with the 4s. If you're not good at the 4s, you might struggle with the 2s. It doesn't hurt to go ahead and try it. I'm pretty sure if you can do one, you can do the other. So who cares what order it goes in? Everybody's different. Everybody understands things differently. So your thing might be to go to 2s first. That's completely fine. I would go even numbers. So if you wanted to go higher than 4, I would do a 6 or an 8 or a 10. Just that way everything's even on each side. You're not going to end up going, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. Now you're back on the right hand again. So you want to be able to switch which hand is doing multiple in a row. So that's why even numbers are going to work best. I'll show you how to do a little bit of the weight shift with this pattern. I'll start with the 4s, and you can kind of see where I put my weight. There's a fly attacking my head. You can see where I put my weight when my hands are doing what, okay? So I'll start with 4s. I'm going to go ahead and put my weight on my right side. 1, 2, 3, 4. Center, single, 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 left. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single, 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 single. 1, 2, 3, 4. Single, 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 single. 1, 2, 3, 4. You could could do a weight shift on the singles if you wanted to, but it's a lot of extra movement. Nothing wrong with that. It's just kind of a little bit difficult to be able to be doing it quickly and be able to shift your weight back and forth. You know, you'd be going, yeah. So that's why I like to just be center when I'm doing my singles. When I'm on my right hand, I shift my weight, I center up for the singles, then I go to my left side for the 4 in a row on my left. What it looks like when I do 2. So when I'm ready to do 2, I'm going to do the exact same thing. I'm just going to be shifting on the 2 here and the 2 here. I'm center on my 2 singles. So it looks like 1, 2, single, single, 1, 2, single, 2, single, 1, 2. Okay. Add the weight shift when you're ready. If you want to go ahead and jump right into it, that's fine. I like to start with, you know, foundations and build up. Some people like to just go ahead and jump right in. Your learning style is your learning style. You now know what it's all going to look like, so you can kind of piece it together however you want. If you're really struggling with the weight shift, maybe you need to just work on weight shift only. How does it feel? How do I shift my weight and be fluid and not be awkward and herky-jerky, or not being, you know, not getting that timing right? When I shift my weight, I want my weight to shift as I'm hitting the ball. So if I'm in the middle, I just did right, I'm in the middle, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1. It was very smooth. I didn't go awkward. I didn't shift my weight and then hit the ball. You kind of want that change in weight and your first punch to be simultaneous. So once again, I'm center, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. Single, 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 shift, punch. Okay. So those are kind of some like little fine tuning details. Maybe once you get the weight shift down, you got the pattern down, you're feeling good. Start thinking about those details. Are you striking as you make that final commitment to the weight shift, or are you off on your timing a little bit? You want to give it a try? Sure. Okay. You can start with 4s or 2s. I'll leave it up to you. You're in charge. Really well. Okay, so now you kind of have some understanding of how to find the rhythm, how to keep the rhythm and the timing, how to shift your weight, where your hands need to go. We've talked about how in order for me to hit the bag in the same spot, in the center, is I can kind of have my hands behind each other and they just kind of go over the top of each other, okay? So now we're going to take this concept and we're going to do a movement that is based on you being hands right behind each other. This time they're going to kind of go simultaneously. We call it a gallop. I don't know if it has another name or not, but you might know it as something different. I'm calling it a gallop, okay? I'm going to show you what it looks like, and then I'm going to show you how we put it into play on the speed bag, okay? My weight is centered, my feet are parallel, none of that changes. There's really no need to do a weight shift on the gallop right now. Maybe in the future you might decide you want to try one. Great, go for it. A gallop is you're basically interrupting the rhythm. You're changing, you're creating a change in that rhythm, but then going back to your original rhythm. You can do several gallops in a row. I like to we'll start with just one today. Take all of that out. Okay, let me rephrase this again. A gallop is going to, for that one moment, change your tempo. Probably fair to say it's going to be a quick speed up. So if you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. A gallop is going to go boom, boom. So it'll go 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So you're adding a little extra beat in there, but then you're going back to your 1, 2, 3, 4 in this training session. A gallop, you basically, once again, you got to have your arms up high. You want your hands as high as where you're going to strike, or it's not going to work. You're essentially in slow motion, it looks like. I'm going to strike the bag. This hand comes right behind it, and it's going to strike the bag, okay? I'm going to do it where I hit it with a little bit of mustard so that it still bounces off the platform. So, that's what the gallop looks like, just the gallop only, not doing anything before or after it. You can hear it, boom, 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 boom. That's what we're looking for, okay? I personally do a gallop a lot better if I already get going and then I attempt the gallop. Doing it with the speed bag just still, I don't know why, it's just hard for me. You might be different, you might do better. In slow motion, boom, 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 boom. So my hands are right behind each other. Right here, right in front of my eyes. Okay. Yeah, you might miss it with that second hand. It's frustrating. That's okay, keep practicing. So if I'm going slow, I'm helping my body kind of understand how that rhythm's going to work. So you might have to do it slow at first. It's really tricky. It takes lots of practice. It can be very frustrating. You're gonna, you can start with whatever hand you want. I started with my left hand being the lead hand. You can start with your right hand being the lead hand. It doesn't matter. But either way, whenever you go to try to switch to start with the other hand, it's going to be hard all over again, but you need to know how to do it both ways. Derica, you're going to begin. Like I said, it's you literally just have to find that timing, and it takes practice. It takes doing it and getting it wrong lots of times before you can get it right. Yeah, good. If you'll just put your hands like this and then do your boom, boom, bring them right back. Boom, boom, bring them right back. Boom, boom, bring them right back. Right there. So, sure, she messed up a couple of times. It was, it wasn't beautiful, but she was beginning to get the rhythm down, getting that timing down. The beauty and the gracefulness of it comes with practice. So if you don't look like a pro on day one, that's okay. Don't stop practicing it. You're not going to get better at it by giving up. Once you feel like, okay, I've got that rhythm down, I get it, I've got to bring my hands back here, the next step would be for you to try to do more than one in a row. You might mess up. I might mess up. So, and if you have to start slow and then speed it up as you go, completely fine. So I'm here. Boom, 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 boom. I said, I messed up. I'm a human being. So I'm doing them repeatedly over and over again without going boom, boom, and then waiting 30 seconds for the next one. Go ahead and start teaching yourself to commit to the movement, knowing that you might get it wrong or you might miss the ball, but the attempt to get it done is equally as important as actually getting it done. That's how you get there, is you attempt fully committed to the motion, okay? So, like I said, I'm going to commit to them all. They may not look pretty, but here we go. You're just going to have to keep practicing, keep playing with it, finding out the best way to get your gallops to just go boom, 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 okay? What helps me is I like to do just some regular strikes before, and then I use a gallop to change my hands, to change which is the lead hand, okay? So if I'm on my right hand, so I'll do however many. I can do 100, I can do 10, whatever. When I'm ready to change hands, I'm going to do the gallop. I'll do the gallop with my right hand first. My left hand will follow, and then I'll just continue to do singles with my left. So I've switched lead hands. You're going to feel like in order to get that gallop, that this backhand has to really come up high, and you got to really dish it out. It's a really hard instinct to fight. Honestly, your best bet is to keep those movements still small. You're still going out and around. So the hard part too is once you've done that change of hands, getting that rhythm and staying with that rhythm is really, really difficult, but it takes practice. You want to try it?
Let's do
it. Like I said, the worst you're going to do is look terrible.
One hand and gallop.
And then now you're on your left hand. Yes. Yeah. Even if you mess up, stick with that change of hands. break. Very good. I think she might have done better than me. Key detail on here, a lot of people, it's hard to think about it. Your arms might be getting tired. You're thinking, so something about thinking makes people's hands come down. I don't know what it is. But if you will just really focus on keeping them here, I won't have to bring my hands back up for anything, let alone a gallop, which is basically like a double time. So you want to be ready. So when you do that gallop, you know, boom, boom, and I'm now here on my left, I've got this one already up high. Look at it, it's up high. So now when I'm ready to do my gallop, it's already there. It's already up high. It's already lined up with where I want to hit it. It's a lot to think about, but if you can teach yourself to keep your hands up where they're supposed to be versus, okay, now I'm hitting with this hand, this one starts to drop. Oh, now I'm ready to hit with my right hand. Well, now I gotta bring it all the way back up. That's a count, that's a beat, that's time, that's gonna mess up your timing and your rhythm. So that's why it's important to teach yourself to just keep them up. Let your arms get tired, whatever. If you need a break, if your arms get tired, actually take a break. Let them rest. Then go up. That's the only way you're gonna get it right. If you start getting lower and lower and lower, that's all you're gonna teach yourself. Then when that transfers over to whatever you're gonna do in the ring or in class or whatever, now you've taught yourself that every time your hands are tired, you're punching, oh, my hands are tired, I'll just drop them. Instead of, okay, all right, my hand, oh man, my arms are getting worn out. Okay, cool, ooh, let me just actually take a round off and let these things rest so that I can practice and teach myself to keep my hands either up or up, okay? So now you guys have a handful of basics that you can try at home, or if you're already a member of the gym, now you have something you can watch so the next time you're in class and I tell you you're doing the speed bag, now you've at least seen something, you've at least seen how to do it, and now you can start to practice it. It'll help me help you if you've seen this before. If you're working out with us from home, thank you so much for joining us at home. If you have a speed bag at home and you're using these videos to help you learn boxing, please keep practicing. Please keep working on it. Just because you may not be good at something right out of the gate doesn't mean that you can't begin to get good at something. Always takes practice. Thank you so much to my assistant, Derica. We'd love to have you in the gym. If you're not in the gym already and you want to come down and you want to try a class or two, we actually offer a free week. So that's 7 days of you being able to come in, see if you like it. You might decide that you'd rather work out at home. I'm okay with that. Thanks so much, guys. Bye.